Welcome to the real Ramblers movie talk for fanatics. The real Ramblers movie talk for fanatics. And now your hosts, Bill and Lee Howard.
And then the guy went into the, oh, hi, everybody.
Into the what?
I was trying a new intro where we were having a casual conversation and then everybody showed up at the door.
Oh.
Interesting, right?
And everyone at the door is our listeners.
Yeah. And right now all the listeners are being like, I wish you would have just done the hello.
Yeah. They're closing the door.
Because that was lame. Hello and welcome to the Real Ramblers. I'm Bill Howard. This guy here. Who are you? Who?
I'm Lee.
It's Lee.
I'm your
That's
brother.
my brother. How's everybody doing out there, folks? So we're going to listen for a minute and hear what you say. Go ahead.
Ooh,
Good.
It's too bad. I mean, good.
No, good. You were listening to different people.
Yeah, they're like, ugh, not good guy.
You always listen to the negative ones.
I'm here to help.
So this week we're discussing what might be the most divisive director working today.
Yeah.
He's really a love him or hate him kind of director. I don't know many people that are like on the fence about him.
Yeah. And maybe it depends on the movie.
I guess.
But, yeah.
But I myself, huge fan.
Yep.
And his name would be M. Night.
M. Night Shyamalan.
I think the guy is one of the best storytellers out there. I think that he's original in his approaches and in his storytelling. Everybody's always like, oh, the twists. And
I feel like he got trapped a little bit by that.
He did. And he does have a lot of twists, but I enjoy the building around the twists more than I enjoy the twists. I like the worlds he creates. He's very modern fairy tale-ish in his approach to stories. They almost feel like they take place in like a parallel universe to ours.
Yeah.
They don't feel quite real, but you know what I mean?
I've always been an M. Night lover and supporter. I haven't loved everything he's done.
Same.
Some stuff, like fucking any movie, some things work for you, some don't. But I'll never be a fuck that guy. It's just like, not every Stephen King novel is going to be, he's not going to knock it out of the park. You know what I mean? Like that's just what happens. Making a movie is hard as hell. But yeah, overall, I'm a fan. I
think that he has a lot of, for a director and a writer, he's got a lot of originality, which a lot of ones don't. Even when it misfires, at least it's misfiring and original.
Yeah.
So he started off with two movies that we won't really go into. One's called Praying with Anger. One's called Wide Awake. They weren't genre pictures. They were just kind of, I think, director for hire pictures.
Right, probably, yeah.
So his big breakout, and really what I consider his first movie, was The Sixth Sense. Obviously, it was a gigantic hit. People hadn't seen a twist like that really in a long time.
Blew people's pants off.
Yeah, and the setup of the twist was great.
I remember the trailer in movie theaters coming out for that, and the trailer was the scene where Haley Joel Osment and Toni Collette, which also, that might be the first thing I saw her in, that I was like, holy fuck, this actress is great.
Yeah.
Where they're sitting in the car
I think it was
because of traffic.
Muriel's wedding for me, but
where they're sitting, which it's like a scene at the end of the movie, but where they're sitting in the car because of traffic, and she's like, a boy got hit by a bike, he's dead.
I love that
scene.
She's
like, how do you know? And he's like, he's standing close to my window. I remember that trailer, people in the theater were like,
yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
I love that.
The way that they dealt with ghosts and loss was really interesting.
Yeah.
And Haley Joel was such a great kid actor and had such a sadness about him.
Yeah.
That he portrayed really well.
Yep.
And it was somewhat of a comeback, was it not, at the time for Bruce Willis?
It was, for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a big deal too. And it was a very understated performance by him.
Oh my God, absolutely.
It was very subtle and quiet and thoughtful.
Yep.
And it would have been hard to act in a whole movie knowing what the twist is.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to spoil.
Oh yeah,
we're going to talk about spoilers
in
these movies. Like a lot of them are very old. So
yeah. So yeah, everybody knows the basic story. The kid can see ghosts.
Yep.
And he has this therapist, which is Bruce Willis, but it turns out that he is also
because that opening scene also was like shocking.
Yeah.
And I remember in the theater the first time I saw it, and it's like you saw Donnie Wahlberg's name in the credits.
I still watch it and don't see Donnie Wahlberg.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's really crazy. Like, and it's so like fucking like emotional and like shocking, that opening scene.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
Yeah.
Haunting. They did such a good job.
Yeah, brilliant.
And like they did such a good job of hiding Bruce being a ghost, while also being obvious about it. You know, like it was
on rewatches.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, like when he comes home from school and he's talking with the mom. And when he first walks in the door, nobody's saying anything.
They're just sitting there,
Yeah.
So much. Like the scene with his wife at the restaurant.
Yeah.
And it's like, fuck, god damn it, that's good. And like they were
and some people saw it coming and some people claim they saw it coming but didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I was even, when the ring rolled, I was like, what's going on? I don't get it. Yeah, like I didn't understand it at all. It took me a minute to put the pieces
like
together.
Once like the breath, like once they started cutting in Haley Joel saying like they don't know they're dead, this and that, when they're literally like, he's fucking dead, everyone.
Yeah, when they were explaining
I was like, holy fucking shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that was it. Just the acting, everything was amazing. That
and
funeral,
it was beautifully filmed. The ghosts were creepy.
Yeah, that's the just the use of like how like red symbolized certain things, which he does a lot of stuff like that in a lot of his other movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that funeral scene when Bruce and him go to that little girl who died, and like they find the fucking, it would like, which terrified people too, the girl under the bed.
Yeah.
Which I think is like Misha Barton or something from the
I
OC.
think so.
And then it's like the reveal that the mom was fucking doing it. It's like, holy shit, some heavy shit in that movie.
Yeah, really heavy.
Like, just, it was fucking knocked it out of the park.
Yeah.
Like, and it's I think hard because like when you have something that's so good with a twist and stuff, and it's like everyone loves it and so successful. It's like, not that you're setting yourself up for failure, but you have like such expectations now.
Yeah.
So but I loved it. It's incredible.
Well, he followed that up with Unbreakable, which I don't think was a hit.
No, I don't think it was.
Because I think everybody was like, oh, it's nothing like The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Which is so dumb. Unbreakable for me blew my mind.
It's like one of my favorite movies.
It blew my mind.
And we didn't know what it was about.
No.
In the trailers even, like they were very good about that. And it's like when I first saw it.
It really seemed like it was about a guy who inexplicably survived something. Yeah, that's all I knew.
That's all we knew. Yeah. And then when the movie opens and it's like this many comic books are printed or whatever, and I was just like, this fucking movie's about comic books?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Just like the cast, again, amazing. The kid actor they got, amazing.
Spencer Treat something, I can't remember. He's fantastic.
A quick shout out to, is it John Newton Howard that does the music?
James
Newton Howard, sorry.
Yeah.
The fucking music is so good.
Yeah. And I also got to say, the way Knight and his director of photography made the movie look. It has this like beautiful, bluey, drippy, foggy, misty look to the whole movie. That's awesome.
Totally. Yeah. I love the look of it. I love like everything about this movie. There's only one thing that I don't like love. We'll get to it like at the end, but they shot the whole movie in sequence, which was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like this one really didn't have any like, I mean, it does have a twist, but there was no like hints along the way, the way Sixth Sense did.
Yeah.
The fucking weightlifting scene, I love.
I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That's my favorite scene.
Like, because the kid wants his dad to be a hero so much, and Bruce was like really pushing against it. But it's like when Bruce starts to really like,
when he starts believing
maybe I am special.
Yeah.
I love that weightlifting scene.
Me too.
It's shot amazing. I love every time they add more weight, the kid is further and further back.
And both of their faces in the whole scene are brilliant.
Oh.
They say a lot without many words.
Yeah.
It's really good.
That fucking kitchen scene with the kid holding the gun to his parents is like, you could hear a pin drop in that theater.
Yep.
Fucking incredible. Like, holy shit. Robin Wright.
And the scene where Bruce starts to realize his power and starts walking through the stadium.
Dude, I get like goosebumps
people.
just thinking about that.
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
You know what I just read? Or I saw this little video. You know how people like kind of super analyze movies and scenes in movies? They said that there's a shot when he's walking through the people that a mom and a kid go by. And he touches the kid's hand.
Okay.
And you know how you hear their voices in his head when he goes by? Apparently, when he touches that boy, the mom is mean to him. She says something and pulls the kid like, come on.
Okay.
And apparently when he touches the kid's hand, it's the only person he touches that you hear multiple voices. And they're like, is that the guy from Split?
Oh my God. That's crazy. Weird. I'm gonna have to go back and watch
I know.
that scene.
I want to go back and check too.
That's amazing.
That would be neat.
I love that it's like a real world. Like if comics were real and based on real, like it's the most grounded kind of superhero-y story because it's like nobody can fly or anything like that. But, you know, it's when he rescues that family, just like the fight with that guy and stuff. It's because it's so real too, right?
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks that his power is finding out bad things have already happened.
Yeah.
The the water being a weakness, which is funny because that kind of like theme again, water.
Yeah.
It's funny because like that's my weakness too. I can't swim, and it's like anytime he falls on that. When I watch him, he falls on that fucking pool cover thing. It like freaks me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I think like literally the only thing for me that like I didn't like, I guess love was I wish there was more to the ending.
Yeah.
That, just being like, by the way, I'm a mass murderer and I needed to find you. That's all great. And then just him walking away and just being like the title card being like, then he was arrested and blah, blah, blah. It's like, I wish I even would have seen that.
I agree.
That's the only gripe I have about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if a movie leaves you with your only gripe is I wish I could have seen more,
then it's pretty good. Yeah. It's still like a 10 out of 10 for me.
So he follows up that one with
Signs.
With Signs. It might be a personal favorite, M. Night.
Yeah.
There's
Signs is
something,
incredible.
Yeah. It's one of the best
and it's like
alien
universally loved.
Ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably his, I don't know, it might even be more loved than Sixth Sense.
Yeah, it's like got to be on par.
People really love it. And so many people credit the party video scene on the TV as being the scene that traumatized them when they were young.
Totally. Like fucking, yeah. And it is scary. And it's like, again, the acting is like incredible. Like Joaquin like knocked it out of the park.
And I always hate when people say like, oh, the aliens came to Earth even not knowing that there was all that water and that was their week. And I'm like, no, they've never been here before, idiot.
I wrote the same thing. How would they know?
Yeah.
Yeah, like if they don't.
And then other people who are like, oh, they're stupid. The swing thing in the water and the glass is all dumb. And I'm like, I loved all that shit.
It's like, there was no, like, because this one didn't have like a twist. It was just about kind of everything happens for a reason.
Well, I guess
look for the signs.
Yeah, the twist was that all of these things related to their personalities are the things that save them.
Yeah.
But everybody in it is so subtle but powerful.
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix is unbelievable in it, and Mel's amazing in it.
Yeah, he's great.
His like, almost like his repression of his emotions in it.
Yeah.
He's a great facial actor anyway.
Yeah.
But he's great in it. The production design of the farm is great.
They grew all those crops.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
Did you know that Joaquin Phoenix replaced Mark Ruffalo? He was supposed to be in there, but he had like a brain tumor or something like that. He had a medical thing. So
the things people say to get out of a role.
Yeah, I don't know, a brain tumor, I guess, guy. But pretty crazy. But I'm glad it ended up. I'm glad you're okay, Ruffalo. And
I loved him. Again, Knight's good at scenes that rip your heart out. And when he goes in the flashback, when Mel goes to his wife in the car accident.
Oh boy,
it's rough.
Yeah,
it's really rough because any of us can see being in that situation.
Oh, yeah, that is a fucking really emotional.
And knowing that, like, you're talking to your loved one and you're only gonna see them for a few more minutes and that's it.
Yeah,
and nobody usually gets that chance, right? If somebody dies, they die.
Yeah,
you don't usually have a few minutes.
Yeah.
So that was heart wrenching.
I guess that Mel's role was originally written for like an older actor, like a Paul Newman or a Clint Eastwood.
Oh.
But for whatever reason, it wound up.
I can see that working too.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, and then all the alien stuff was fantastic when they're skittering along the roof and they're Joaquin's trying to see them. That's great.
Yeah.
And not to mention Joaquin's face when he watches the TV.
I wrote that. He sold it.
100%.
Yeah.
Like he legit looked absolute terrified to his soul.
Yeah.
Especially the setup of he thinks that might be happening.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
Yeah.
And then he sees that video and it confirms his worst fear.
Yeah.
He just played it perfectly.
I know some people were like, they didn't like that you saw so much of the alien at the end, but you didn't like a lot. And they were really good with
shadows.
They were really good with, like when they're in the cornfield, you see its leg and stuff like that, which is amazing. And then on the roof, like you said.
And in the last scene, I love that you first see it in the TV.
Oh, so good, yeah. And
amazing.
They looked cool as hell, too. I thought it was a neat design and stuff. It's such a fucking good movie.
I love it.
Yeah, I don't think I have any
this
didn't work
the
for me.
pacing was beautiful in it, too.
Yeah, and the kids were, again, amazing. Abigail Breslin and Culkin. Kieran Culkin, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And I still,
for
to this
three.
day, if Joanne like brings water to bed and then forgets the glass and then brings up another water the next night, I'm like, why are those there? Is there dust in them?
Yeah, Jordan does the same thing. She's
Really?
like, this one has
got
dust in
in
it.
it.
This one's got a hair in it.
It's got dust in it.
So funny.
I love it.
Next is a kind of a split one.
No, it's not split. That's later.
You son of a bitch.
The Village.
At some point, we got to figure out where we cut off. Just keep, I guess, your
we'll
eye
let
on the
time dictate that.
Right on. Yes, The Village. People are very split on it.
Yep.
What do you overall? How do you overall? What are your thoughts? What do you like?
I really liked it. I thought it was good.
Same.
It's I think the performances are great. The atmosphere is awesome. I dug the twist, and I didn't see it coming in the movie.
Yeah, some people say they did, and I'm like, I really don't think you did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I don't think somebody could have guessed that.
Yeah,
I was a little let down that there weren't creatures. Did you write that?
That's my note. Yeah, I was like, although, like, I was fine with that twist, but I would have loved if there was monsters.
Yeah,
that would have been fucking.
Because that's kind of what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
And it would have been neat if they were like, we've been faking the monsters the whole time, and then there were monsters.
Yeah.
That would have been really neat.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But aside from like wishing, it was really well put together. All the acting was great, and I loved the twist.
Oh my God, yeah. The monsters looked
when they first get out onto that road, I was like, what?
Oh, it like melted my brain.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. It was on Ebert's most hated list. So weird. Yeah. It's funny too, like thinking about that movie because, and I'm glad I wrote it down. Like it's obviously the movie is about fucking fear and trauma. And all these people were like, let's just start our own fucking, because we lost people and we want to protect everyone. But it's like, that's a really fucked up thing to do against, your kids that you're bringing up, like to not let them know that what the world is actually like.
Yeah.
So it's like, they all suffered all these losses and stuff, but it's like they're also all out of fear lying to everybody and like trying so hard to control them that they have to make up monsters and all this stuff. And it's kind of like a crazy thing for them to do.
Yeah.
Like so much so that they fucking make like, we have to protect this so hard. She is blind, but we'll let her fucking find her way in the woods because ultimately they know, the elders know that she'll probably find her way, but maybe fucking not because she's blind.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But Bryce Dallas Howard was like great in it. Adrian Brody, great.
Again, the production design was beautiful. The colors in that movie are neat.
Yeah.
With that kind of mustardy robe that she wore and stuff. And
so the reds really popped out.
Yeah, yeah. How that stuff stood out against trees and nature and stuff. It was really neat.
The music again was great. Yeah, I just thought it was a really cool
People really
movie.
Shit on this one, but I really like it.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
Speaking of people shitting on, his next movie.
We have something really to talk about with this one.
His next movie was Lady in the Water.
Yeah.
Lady in the Water might be Joanne's favorite.
Really?
Night. She loves it. And
that's
so
awesome.
do I. I'm right up there with her.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think it's an amazing fairy tale.
Yeah. That's how it started. It started as a bedtime story that he just made up for his kids, like along the way.
And it kind of ended up having a thing like Signs, where it was like everybody has a certain quality that's going to come into play.
Yep, totally. Great cast.
But I loved the community of people in this apartment building. Giamatti was great. And
he's super good in
and
it.
him
Like,
playing
he really carries
off
it.
the girl, was it
Bryce Dallas
Howard again?
Yeah.
His play off her was great because he was such a lonely guy and he's so kind of reclusive, and seeing that play was really good and he played it well.
Yep. Yeah, all the acting was like really great.
Yeah.
I can understand why people don't like it because it is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
And like so goofy.
And if you're going in expecting it to just be a thriller and it's a fairy tale, then I get it.
I totally get that too. Yeah. Like if you want to hear this story, you have to eat this cookie and lay on the couch like a weirdo. And it's like, it has so much weird, and now there's, also these wolves made of grass, but don't worry, the monkeys made of wood will fight them. But then the big giant eagles in the sky, it's like, are you on meth? What the fuck are you talking about?
I loved all of that.
But it's,
all of it.
Like if you look at it like a weirdo fairy tale, it's kind of a neat movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
But,
and I loved the idea that these fairy tales really exist hidden within our real world.
Right.
I just thought that was super cool.
Yeah, it was like a fun movie. I don't dislike it. It's just not one of my favorites of his.
You're wrong.
Nope. I'm totally correct. Totally correct.
Yeah, I really love it. So if you thought people were divided on The Village and you thought people were divided on Lady in the Water, along comes The Happening. I might be the only person who absolutely loves The Happening. Cool. Then I'm not the only person. I get what people don't like.
Right.
But to me, it's the same thing as Star Wars. He intended it to be a riff off 1950s giant spider movies.
Yeah, like a B movie.
Yeah, except replacing giant mutated insects with nature.
Right.
Nature itself. And I think he intended the dialogue to be cheesy like those 50s B movies.
Yeah, like...
And it was, and I get it. But
sure.
for me, I was sold on the world the movie took place in, and it didn't bother me. It's super, like, come on, when John Leguizamo was like, I'm a math teacher, so I can use math to get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah,
I totally get people that would have a problem with that. But for me, I was sold, so it didn't bother me.
Right, yeah.
Same with Mark Wahlberg and all his stuff. And he was so Mark Wahlberg in it.
Oh my God, yeah. On paper, it's like a really fucking cool idea. Like that the Earth is kind of like, hey, you fucked us up. We're gonna fucking...
And there was so many, like the opening scenes of people just falling off.
It had a lot of really crazy imagery for sure.
And the scene where they go to the old lady's cabin was terrifying, I thought.
Yeah.
I thought it was really scary.
And my lemon drink. You aim to kill me. What? No. Like, what the fuck?
But when they're going around the windows and she's like smashing her head into everything.
Yeah, there's like images and ideas that I like.
Yeah.
So I totally get that. Yeah, like fucking Mark Wahlberg for me is like hilarious in this. Like, I know about science. Guys, I'm a science teacher. Look at Brian's face. You know why it looks like that? Because of science. If there's one thing I know, guys, it's science. Just trust the science. Like Zooey Deschanel is so weird in it too. Like it's like she's acting in a different movie.
Yeah.
The fucking, can I bring up the hot dog guy?
The hot dog guy.
So they're trying to get out of town. He's like, I can take you. This like weirdo looking guy. And then he's like, they drive to his they're in his greenhouse. And then it's literally like this, where he's like, first he's like, I packed hot dogs. You like hot dogs, right?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Hot dogs get a bad rap, but they taste good. They have a funny shape to them. Do you like hot dogs? Oh, you know what's doing this? It's the plants. And then he looks at Zoe. Do you like hot dogs? And she literally is just nodding with a wide eye. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening
here? You know
here?
how you make hot dogs, guys? Science.
Yeah. So funny.
It's bizarre, and I get people who don't like it, but I personally really dig it. I think it's super fun.
It was the Zooey Deschanel part was originally written for Amy Adams. Yeah, it's funny because it's like I feel like it could have been like way scarier. Like when people were going crazy, if they started more being like how they were in Pontypool and stuff like that, and like.
But that wasn't what he was going for.
I know.
So why would he do that?
Because I don't know if he wanted to make it good. So I rewatched it and I was like, this is fucking insano to me and wowzers. But you know, cool that people like it. I'm not going to yuck your yum, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe just rewatch it with different eyes, guys. You know what I'm trying to say to you? Okay.
Wonder what would happen if you turned the language to a different language in that movie on your Blu-ray.
I don't know.
Because you know how you can switch it to like Spanish
That's true,
or something?
Yeah,
I wonder how that would change the movie.
Yeah. Où est la bibliothèque? Like, is it like somebody who sounds like
¿Dónde está hot dog?
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's squeeze one more in from part one.
Because I have no notes on the next one.
Well, I'm going to skip Airbender.
Because I did not see that one.
Yeah, I saw it, and it was wholly forgettable.
Okay.
There's just nothing to say about it. But we'll end it with After Earth. I think this movie is really unfairly shit upon.
Right.
I think if it wasn't M. Night, it would have done better.
Okay.
But I think people automatically just throw him... Well, and also... What's his name? Will Smith's son. I think he's another person that people just love to shit on.
Right.
So I think that, but I thought he was great in it. I thought Will Smith was great in it. I thought the adventure in it was great. The effects were great. Just as a sci-fi movie, I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I don't think I really connected with it. I know like Will Smith, it was like based on a story by him and he wanted to have like, you know, like his own philosophy in it, like fear is that's what kills you.
Yeah.
That's not an impression. That's
that was dead on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like his like I don't even remember like his cipher rage. And it's like he seems bored. Yeah, it's just like, again, I like some of the ideas in it, but it just didn't, I didn't really click
And
with
I
it.
get that because it's not a movie that I'm like, oh, let's watch After Earth again. It's
Yeah,
not like that.
it's
But
like, on Earth, everything freezes at night and everything dies except for all the people that are there and all the plants and then the animals. Just don't think about it. Just shut up. Shut up. His suit changes color when he's scared.
all I know is when I sat down and watched it, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And I didn't think too hard about it. And I didn't
like hate it. I was just like, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like I didn't, I was like, all right, whatever.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we want to like stop there? Because then when we come
I
back,
think
we're
so.
going to have some fucking really great ones. And and
I
some
think
other ones.
All right. So sign us out with M. Night. Go ahead. I want to hear your M. Night impersonation.
Hi guys, I'm M. Night. Hey, that's me. I'm the cameo in the back there. Hope you like my movies. I love you. Bro, what is that? That doesn't even sound like him.
you've been doing a lot of Mark Wahlberg. Maybe sign us out with that.
Oh God.
Do it. Okay. Mark Wahlberg trying to sell Real Ramblers on the shopping network. Go.
Guys, why don't you like podcasts? If you like podcasts, you like putting things in your ears, why aren't you going to listen to Real Ramblers? I mean, you like movies, right? Don't tell me you don't like movies. You were just talking about it last week with Joey. Your brother Joey. Joey likes movies too. Did you want to make him happy? Then put on the Real Ramblers, guys. What's wrong with you? I'm just trying to act here.
We might have to do outros with me setting up a premise.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Oh,
Season 2, we actually found the groove.
Yeah. All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in for M. Night Part 1. Come back next week for M. Night Part 2.
Don't.
Keep on rambling.
Thanks for listening to The Real Ramblers. Follow us on Instagram at Real Ramblers. That's REEL Ramblers. And you can follow Lee at Lee Howard _art and Bill at JustTheBill1138.